This is my boardroom. This is my money. The product sucks. We screwed it up. Who's the waste of space? You're fired. You're fired. You are fired.
Welcome to a brand new series of The Apprentice, You're Fired, with me, Dara Breen, and a show in which I will be in the unusual position of interviewing someone who only a minute ago I was screaming at to shut up. Shut up, zippity, zip, oh, but she didn't, and she's here. Once again, Lord Sugar has a £250,000 investment to offer his winning business partner. As 16 hopefuls line up to compete for the prize, we'll be dissecting the new batch of candidates and learning that sometimes, with some of them, it's the right hobby, but the wrong name.
By day, I'm a business superstar, and by night, I'm also a professional wrestler.
I am so looking forward to interviewing Ricky Martin. As ever, on You're Fired, with the help of unseen footage, we'll be hauling the newly dispatched candidates gently over the coals. Joining me each week will be a different trio of insightful souls. Tonight, we've got the founder of Nails Inc., Thea Green, broadcaster Trevor Nelson, and comedian Joe Caulfield. Welcome to You're Fired. Tonight's task of making and selling printed goods left one candidate talking herself out the door.
The person leaving today may feel that they haven't had enough time to show themselves, but that's tough. That's what this process is about. Biliana, you are fired.
That's a shame, but thank you for the opportunity.
Please welcome Biliana Apostolova. Biliana, welcome. In the roulette that is the first episode, in the anyone could go environment of the very first one, you kind of talked yourself out of it a bit, didn't you?
Yes, it's good to break the vow of silence that I took after that boardroom.
Yes, you really did. Did you panic? Did you presume it was you? What was in when you were in the boardroom? What was going through your mind?
It was so stressful. I could not hear a word of what he was saying. Looking back on the episode, it really seems like I could have gone away with it, but I just couldn't hear a word. In my head, I just kept clinging on to the experience. I just really wanted to stay. OK, well, let's relive the moment when we were sure we were finished with it and you kept popping up again.
So I think I got the picture here. I got the picture.
Sales were time-critical, Lord Sugar, and we were held back from the beginning of the day, and we were held back later on in order to hit the trade.
Stop.
When we eventually hit the trade...
Stop. I don't wish to hear any more from you.
I will prove you that I'll be a solid project manager.
I'm not listening to anybody anymore now. I've had enough of listening to you.
To be a project manager, Lord Sugar. Gabrielle had it and she failed.
Don't do yourself any favours.
I'll show you.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
So looking back at it, what was the point at which you should have shut up? Was it 2 sentences back, 3 sentences back? Is it obvious to you now that you basically just kept essentially talking him into it?
It is so obvious, but at the time, I just didn't pick it up at all. It's quite startling. That experience is one of the most stressful things that has ever happened into my life. It's absolutely incomparable to anything else. And
you grew up in a communist flat. We might come back to that. Thea, was it a surprise from where you were sitting watching?
It was a huge surprise, I think, you know, to see you literally talking yourself out of the chance to stay for the second week. Yeah, massive shock.
I mean, a lesson there for a candidate?
I thought she's never watched this show before. When Lord Sugar says enough means shut up. And, you know, he was going to...
Well, you tell me about it. I've been telling myself now the whole day, but
Yeah, I mean, you did, because if you just looked across, Katie was broken. Katie was sorting her luggage out. Mentally rewriting her CV. She's going to go, well, how will I explain this week out of my working life? Were you stunned as well?
I was really stunned that you were sacked. I couldn't believe that you were sacked. But it is exactly what Trevor said, where if he said, I don't want to hear anything else, that's enough. You stop talking. And do you know what it made me think of? It made me think of me arguing with my husband. Like when he's gone, I've got it, OK? I'm sorry, I've got it. And you can't stop. You have to keep going again and again and again.
I think at the time I just thought that he's going to give me credit for really fighting my place on the show. I've kind of binged on previous episodes and he did credit someone for speaking up for themselves.
That was Stuart Baggs. That's anyone's business model. With respect to Stuart, shout out to Stuart. Good to see you there. You were the first one to go, Biljana, but it could have been oh so different.
Katie, what did you do?
Well, I was a fantastic team player.
The one that's disappointing me at the moment is Katie. Very, very quiet. Thought you were sort of missing, really.
Where is she?
Katie. Katie?
You say that you believe the biggest mistake is to try and hide behind others. You actually say that in your own resume.
I agree with that. I absolutely swear I was not hiding. Where's she gone?
We think Katie's probably going to go home, don't we?
So toss up there, Katie. It was a very, very close call.
I'll tell you what, Biljana actually did me the biggest favour in the world because she buried herself. I owe her a drink, to be honest.
Very juicy. She got in touch and just said if you could possibly read, this is from Katie with her thanks for her remaining time on the show. Just knock it out, go crazy. Thank you for that. I mean, reading the room is vital in business.
Yeah, reading the room, absolutely, and just knowing when to shut up, you know, knowing when to let the other guy speak.
Yeah, I have a video lesson for the generations now.
Yeah.
But also, you hadn't really done anything wrong. I really like Gabrielle, but I thought she's got to go because it is her fault. Yeah. Katie couldn't really go for being quiet, so you must have thought it can't be me.
That's what I said in the cab ride, and I think, in a way, that's why I managed to walk out holding my head up high, because I might be under a total illusion, but I really didn't think I failed the team. I didn't think that was the case.
The only thing was when you were in the zoo, you had a very odd outfit on. I might have fired you for that. It was a very odd sort of tartan, like, I don't know, like the railway children or something. And I just kept thinking, if someone came up to me wearing that in a zoo, I'd run away.
The railway children was huge in Bulgaria, that show.
Yeah, we love Scotland, so the pattern all the way.
That's it. You could see, by the way, the pressure you're under because you were someone clutching at some straws, and you went back a fair way into your CV at one stage.
So, Biljana, why shouldn't I fire you?
Lord Sugar, you shouldn't fire me because I was made head girl.
That did look like somebody retreating to their happy place. This is the last time things were easy. I was the head girl once. I mean, short of bringing out your brownie badges or your cycling proficiency test, to pick a less relevant thing. Do you strike you as being possibly the least relevant thing to mention?
I think if I was at a job interview and I come to that point where I go, I was head girl, I'm leaving.
You bang on the table and go, my mother loves me! I have lots of friends on Facebook! Don't fire me!
At that point, you realise how desperate you'd become, because up till then I was thinking, you're not going. You're not going. You're too strong a character to go at this point. Lord Sugar's going to recognise that. He always recognises strength in a person, even if they're a bit irritating. But then when you went... No, but you know what I'm saying. He's saved many people in the past, and we've seen them develop and change. But when you went head girl, at that point, I sunk in my chair when you didn't. Because I realised what you just said there. You were just blindly panicking and just saying whatever you could think of that was positive about your personality, which was really strange.
Well, you know, we're giving out a bit, but you are confident. You do push yourself forward, particularly, by the way, during sales, where you weren't shy in any way about pushing yourself to the front.
Biljana, it doesn't take a brain surgeon to work out that there seems to be a kind of a general despondency towards you.
We decided we would take turns to use everybody's strengths in sales.
Could I interest you in our organic cotton hand-pressed T-shirts?
Are we not taking this in turns?
But Biljana's definitely sort of diving in there and taking over other people's sales.
Just £6. Your favourite animals?
I keep spotting a family and then she runs up and does it, so...
No, that's not fair. Like, we're taking it in turns.
Thank you so much.
We can only go one at a time. You just had your sale, so you need to give the next person a chance.
Try and calm down, because these are baby products.
One side and then you run over.
Hello, how's your day going?
There's definitely a bit of a dog-eat-dog atmosphere.
She needs to cop onto herself.
You don't want to be behaving like animals in the zoo.
I'm not sure how badly you come out of that, to be honest.
I had no problem with you doing that at all. I thought they were sort of pathetic, all having a little bitch about it. Because you were quite good at it. It wasn't like everyone was running away. I know the outfit, but they weren't running away going, oh, the scary lady. So I don't know why they were getting like that. And I think I would rather have you come up than Jenna, because that voice, you want to buy this? I couldn't have coped with her. So I don't think you did anything wrong there.
Pushing up out in a sales environment?
I think, pushing in a sales environment, but turning the team against you, the group is always bigger than one person. So I think, you were too predatory, and you turned all of those women against you really quickly.
But I wonder if that's not being British, is that you don't know that we don't like people who are very confident. It's the British way to be a little bit, oh, I'm a bit shit at this, but I'll give it a go. You don't realise that's the game you have to play in business and to get on with people, whereas you obviously would think, well, that would be a stupid thing to say. Why would I do that? I'm good at this and I will go and do it. And they go, oh, well, we don't like her then. It's just a weird dynamic between you and them.
Did you notice the vibe getting tense between you and the other girls in the zoo?
Yes, I certainly started noticing that. But, we hit the zoo with a 2-hour delay. I was really focused on the win. I completely forgot about covering my own back and appearing diplomatic to the team. We were so late. I just wanted to make every single possible sale was possible. Well, that went wrong.
Well, it's the kind of thing at this stage where they're trying to look for any flaw, any mistake, anything to jump on. And this was obviously the one thing you gave them was what we would call the Great March of London, which is where you led your people through the desert for up to 40 days and eventually reached the promised land of a shop in Primrose.
They yomped halfway to Goose Green.
I think we should leave the zoo and move on to Primrose Hill.
You know the shops around here. Are they
that's
very
why I
posh?
said, let's go.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, we'll go on your local knowledge.
Biljana, where are we going from here? Biljana was pretty adamant. She knew the shops.
I'm quite street smart.
Guys, a serious point. This is not just a short road. This one goes on a good mile.
There was a trudge across London.
Yes, there was.
It's not a very long street.
No, I'm sure.
You said to me, I know that area.
I know this area quite well.
We're not near any shops. So do you really think there's shops down here? Because in my mind, this street
No,
goes on for miles.
I know where the shops are.
This was a long walk.
Okay, let's run.
Yeah.
At what point during the 20-minute epic walk to Primrose Hill did you think this is a bad idea?
Well, actually, back when we were discussing the strategy, we were picking locations, and I did say the zoo is in a park, obviously not in a shopping mall. You can't turn around the corner and there will be a store. These really were the closest stores.
But there's no footfall in Primrose Hill, is there? I mean, it's quite a quiet residential area, and you didn't have the same kind of footfall, whereas down the road in Camden, you would have had tons of tourists and locals.
At that point in time, we had 20 minutes to sell to the trade, so we weren't aiming at customers.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Jade did quite well. I mean, she had something that she felt was very important. She can explain herself, I think.
If we are to win, I think design is almost the most important element in the whole process. This is of paramount importance.